How much money? What's your first deal? Your first deal was $5,000. How much did you pay for your class? Sweat equity. He didn't even pay anything. He came and said, man, I don't have the money. He said, I might have some, but I just want to be up on you and learn. He said, what do you want me to do? And we can do it because I want to learn. And I said, let's get it. And he got it, and then now he made, how many properties you sold today? Over 12 properties.
Wow.
12. How many properties have you sold? Sold twice. Your first, sold 2, got 2. What was your first deal? How much did you make? $4,000 off your first deal. How much did you pay for the course? $300. She paid $300, made $5,000 for her first sale. Go ahead, Ken.
Just real quick, I hope nobody has a white blazer over that parking lot they towing. It just told brother. So hopefully nobody got a white blazer here.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's talk some more. First deal, how much you made off your first deal? $3,500. Hey, Courtney, where you at? What Courtney at? Courtney, how many properties you have right now? 6. Well, how much you made off your first deal?
I'm buying hold. I don't sell.
Buying hold, right? How much did you pay for your course?
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity. No excuse, right? Did you notice most of the people who went through my class didn't even spend a dime to even go through the class, right? Because they said I don't have the money, but I do have the ability to do something. So they didn't have an excuse, so they was able to do what's necessary for them to get to where they needed to go. 61 students, and throughout my students, they have bought over 40, I think they have bought 45 or 46 properties and that was the end of 2019. I think they done ran that up to probably about 10 more since then, just in the first half of this year. They require like 10 more. So if you add those numbers to that map, do you see the impact we're having? If you double that, that's the type of impact that we're having on buying back or buying up our own communities, right? I can give you deal after deal, but this is not the space. This is a place for me to let you know what's available, what's out there for you. But there's no way I can teach you this in this space. But we do have a class. I went to me and the queen right here, Dominique. She works with me. That's my partner right there. That's my jelly. I'm the peanut butter. That's the jelly right there.
Can she raise her hand?
Yeah, Dominique. Yes. That's my ace in the hole. And we have went through the work of putting the curriculum online to make it accessible to everybody. We was doing the class weekly at Starbucks. A lot of people weren't able to make it because of scheduling. So we said, okay, we'll reduce it to an online class. So you can always have access. So now it's online. You can buy the class. You can go online. If you don't have the funds to buy the class, you can contact me at info@e2businesssolutions.com and we can work that out, right? Just be ready to work. One thing I can tell you about me off the top, and everybody tell you, I don't play, right? If you're going to work, we're going to work. If you're going to BS, don't waste my time, because I don't got time to be wasting playing with nobody. If you got the business, I'm with you. I'm going to ride you till the wheel fall off. The queen said, am I getting on your nerves? I said, no. Call me whenever you want. Did I tell you that? Call me because she about to work. I'd be a fool to tell her she can't call me. She out here doing hell in her business. Call me whenever you want to call me. You can call me, wake up out my sleep, because you about to work. But if you ain't about no business, don't call my phone. Don't be wasting my time. I got other things I can do. I got self-children. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. All right, outwork the work. That's what it's about, man. Y'all see me do my videos, we talk about outworking the work. That's what it is. If you don't do the work, you will not get the reward. That's period, right? You have to be committed to do it, the work. It's not hard work, it's smart work. You dig? And I'll teach you how to do it. All right, so with that, another thing that we're doing to get this information out, and I want y'all help with this, we're doing a tour. I'm doing a tour throughout the city. I have 12 locations laid out. Starting from the east side all the way through the west side. 12 locations. I'm going to do a by the block tour. On the block, I'm going to be teaching, having seminars on the block. It's 12 different locations. They're on the back of your car. On those flyers that we passed out, on the 20% coupon flyers, on the back side of them, you'll actually see the tour dates, right? So we're going to be posting those on social media and things like that, but y'all help us get that information out. and for people to come out and get that information on those tours, get questions answered. Because a lot about tax properties is about misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation out there, right? We want to clear that up. You dig what I'm saying? We want to hit you with the facts that are supported by the Alabama law. So we're doing the tour during the month of February, which is our Black History Month. So we're going to use that month to empower black people. So for the whole month of February, we're going to be doing by the block tours. And we're going to be feeding people, getting them this information, motivating them to come out and get it. The brother right here doing hemp farms, guess what? There's plenty of land out here. Plenty of land out here, brother. We got to get together on that, right? That's an opportunity right there. That's two entities connecting right there. So now, you need more land? I know how to get it. You see what I'm saying? Turn into farm. The queen right here, she already into farming. So this is just networking at its finest. So we got opportunities. Let's make it happen. All right? So 20% off. I'm giving a special. Anybody who comes here, who's here tonight, you can go to e2bytheblock.com, e2bytheblock.com, and you can get the curriculum for 20% off. You can use the coupon code BBEA, which is Birmingham Black Economic Alliance. BBEA. You use that code, you get 20% off. You can do that for the next 7 days, right? Anybody here can do that for the next 7 days to get you 20% off, right? So with that, give me all of your questions. Talk to me, Queen.
I don't have all the money right now to buy the class, but I will work. I will work so hard. I will feed everybody. I will work. I will come up every day. I come up day and night, morning, noon, and night. I just want in for me and my legacy that's in the back there. I do not have all the money right now.
That's fine.
You will help me help myself. I swear for God that I will work hard. And I'll pay you back.
You gonna pay me when you work.
I'm just putting that out there right now.
No doubt. Hey, listen. We have to understand the power and the benefit of bartering. Bartering is a real powerful tool, right? If she doesn't have money, but she has ability, she wants what I got, and I need what she has. Money is in the way. Money is a barrier that keeps us from connecting. When we remove money, now she can give me the services that she provides. I can give her the services I provide, and we both benefit from it because we remove money from the equation. So money is not the thing. Money is the thing when it's convenient for you, or when you don't have the time, or other factors factor in when money comes in. But it's not the end-all thing. Let's understand that. There's a lot of things that we can do when we get money out the way. I'm going to tell you one thing I do. I'm going to show you how money works. If I need a house, I can get a house. Tax property, $350. I need this house remodeled. It needs $6,000 worth of remodeling. I don't know how to remodel, and I don't want to spend $6,000. But this brother right here, he knows how to remodel. And he don't know how to get houses. I get him a house, he remodel mine. We both happy. He has a house and I'm already remodeled. And no money was exchanged. You see that? We just have to be creative in the way that we maneuver and jump out of that, like the brother talked about earlier about the money thing. Like, if it make money, I want my bread, it doesn't make money, it makes sense. No, bro, like money is cool, but it ain't the end all, be all of everything. You have to think bigger than that, smarter than that, and it's more advantageous to you when you do it, right? Any more questions? I know somebody got some questions for the brother about this tax property acquisitions. What?
Talk to you later.
Talk to me later. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all my email. Y'all can email me at info@e2businesssolutions.com. info@e2businesssolutions.com. All right, Queen, talk to me. She asked, what type of condition are the tax properties in when you acquire them? That can be anywhere from move-in ready to need work, need a lot of work. It varies, right? I literally have had properties that I spent in Tarrant City on 1245 Maple Drive. I purchased this property for $893. I put $1,500 in it for the AC compressor that was outside. That was all it needed. I paid a girl $150 off Facebook, made the clean to come clean it out. And that was my total investment. I rented it out. I kept it rented out for 8 months. And then I sold the renter and the property to an investor for $10,000. That's real life. She wanted the property. It was an investor. She wanted a rental property. I sold her the whole situation, renter included, who was a great renter, a great tenant, paid in advance every month, and she's still in that situation right now. So the other situations, I got a property on Lawson right now, on Lawson Road in Roebuck because of the area. But the property needs probably $15,000 worth of work. But the after repair value on the property would be over $100,000. It'd be like $125,000, right? So you're saying that you can acquire a property for $5,000, you can put another $15 in, and that's $20 all in, and then in 3 years you have access to over $100,000. You got to think, right? And you're living rent free the whole time. So if you got $20,000 of access to $20,000, it makes sense to get a tax property, rehab that property, live in that property rent free instead of taking $20,000 and putting it down on a $100,000 house and then be paying mortgage 30 years from now instead of getting all of the equity out in 3 years. You see that? Now, that's what they're telling. They're giving you a product already made. They're saying, buy this house for $100,000. Give us the $20,000 down, and then you can have the mortgage for 30 years. I'm telling you, take the $20,000 and buy the tax property, rehab it, and live rent-free for the alpha and have total access to your equity in 3 years. Which one makes sense? Right? Got to think smart. Talk to the queen. No, they did not. I transferred the whole situation over to the new owner. And I talked to the tenant at first hand. One thing about good business is this. This is good business, palms up. You don't do nothing secretive, slick, sideways, that can even be interpreted as such. Right? It ain't even that it ain't wrong. If it can be interpreted as wrong, you make sure you straighten it up so there can be no confusion. That's what good business look like. So whenever you're dealing with people, you make sure everybody knows what's going on. You let the tenant know, I'm thinking about selling, how you feel about it. What's your thoughts? I want to know what she feels like. She might not want a new landlord. If she don't want a new landlord, then that changes my feeling on it, right? Because I care. You did? And that's okay to care. This is a black woman with children. I want her to be secure. I want her to be safe. I want her to be all right where she's at. So I'm not just going to say, it don't matter to me. We're going to pay the rent. No, that's niggas. You know what I mean? Let's not do that. Let's care about each other. So I talked to her. She's like, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm going to miss you as a landlord. She's good. But I made sure that the people who she was going with was good people, too. It wasn't just no any Joe Blow off the street. These was good people who I knew as well, and I knew they was going to do right. You dig? And I had that conversation with them. Like, this is personal. Let's not even do this if you're not going to be right over here, because it's going to be a problem. You know, I don't care. I don't play by black folks. Play by black women. Like, we didn't took enough hell out here. No need to be setting them up for no more BS, no greed. Right? So let's just take care of our community. Questions? Talk to us. No, what I did was, I had the conversation with the tenant and the new owner, the owner of the tax certificate. And I did a assignment of tax certificate with the owner, and they did a new lease. And they agreed, they did a new lease. I didn't transfer it, they did a new lease. And they agreed to the same rent and everything, the terms that it was under. Yeah, so all that was ironed out before we even did anything. Talk to me, family.
So, what's the least amount that you would take to acquire one of these properties?
The cost of tax properties are the cost of the delinquent tax, which, I'm not in control of. So I bought a property for as low as $300, right? Which I made $5,000 out. I think that was my second tax property. And I have, the most I've ever paid for a tax property, I think was like $4,000. But that was for like a condo in Vestavia. Right? But I ended up making $15,000 off that property. Right? So 4 turned into 15. Right?
Can you sell it before the 3 years?
You can do what they call an assignment of tax sale. So the tax said once you, in the state of Alabama, you have, a lot of people use the word tax liens, but in actuality, Alabama law has tax certificates and tax deeds. And tax certificates and tax deeds supersede liens. They superior to all liens. Nobody can do anything with a property that you have a certificate or a deed on without coming through you. Whatever you do to the property, they have, it don't matter if it's a bank, it don't matter if it's a lawyer, it don't matter who it is. And hey, my folks in here, they'll tell you, lawyers call me like, you need to get out of the property, you got 30 days, woo, woo, woo. And I said, man, hang up on them and shoot them this letter. And they be gone. Because they don't have no ground, they just be boot gaming. And see, do you know the law, right? So a tax certificate and tax deed supersede everything. This is the law, this is not me. I just know the law. So if you have a tax certificate and tax deed, then in order for them to get that property back, they have to do what is called a redemption. Before they can do that, they have to satisfy all of the debt, which is the value of your investment plus 12% plus the cost of the tax plus 12% plus insurance paid or not paid plus 12%. You hear that? And this is when there's redemption even sought out. Now, watch this, y'all. Out of 47 properties, I've only had 4 redemption attempts. This is rare. Most of these properties, people just walked away from. I really need y'all to get that in your head. It's this boogeyman out there that everybody made up like, man, they're going to come back and get your property. No, they're not. Right? Nobody studying your property. They're gone. They don't care nothing about them. When they walked away, they left. They ain't even looking back. Right? And the neighbors is happy you there because now they got a property that's next to them that's not tearing down and devaluing their community. So you're doing a benefit to the community by even acquiring the property, cleaning it up, making it back habitable, making it back an asset to the community, putting it back on the tax roll, which goes toward your educational fund, right? All this is part of the benefits of the work that you're doing, right? You're revitalizing your communities by doing this, right? So everybody in the community, hey, they happy when you pull up. Yo, you gonna get it? And they'll tell you the whole story about it. Everything you want to know about that property, they're going to tell you. You probably need to get a plumbing check because the girl in that last time she told you, they're going to tell you everything. They're going to be your helpmate in this process. Just, are you going to go out there and do the work? Come on, talk to me, family. Who got a question? So who's ready? Go ahead, Queen.
So even with you buying the property or whatever, you are allowed to keep all your receipts from your investments in the house, and if they do come back with the right of redemption, they have to pay you that and what the property tax is, right?
The Queen said, she said, if you keep all your receipts from the work that you've done to the property, they would. I think she's asking the question, would they have to pay you all that back? And what else she said?
That was pretty much it.
All that back before they can redeem the property. Let's go further than that, Queen. No, you don't have to have any receipts. You don't have to pay for anything. The law says they have to reimburse you the value of your investment, not the cost. The value. And the Alabama Supreme Court ruled that value is not cost. Because if you go and fix a roof, what's the cost to you? You didn't do it. You didn't spend any money. Right? But it still has a value. And the value is determined by the market. The market has a value for what roof repairs are. So it doesn't matter if you do the work or have a receipt. I mean, if the work is done, there's value there. It doesn't matter about a receipt. Only thing you have to prove is that you did the work. You understand that? See, these are details that are very important to know inside of this tax property game. So then you know how to navigate. So, for instance, if a person, I can sit here and talk about this tax property thing all day. I swear to God. I just be, look, I be gone. But it's too much for one night. Get the curriculum, e2bytheblock.com. On the curriculum, you have an online curriculum with me teaching just like I'm doing now, everything about tax properties. You have downloads. You have a download booklet that you can work out of. You have a download PowerPoint. And on the PowerPoint, when you touch on any law that is cited, it will actually take you to that law, right? It'll take you to that law in Alabama law so you can read it for yourself, right? This also has tutorials to teach you how to navigate all of the websites that we use. And all of these websites are free websites, right? It's just knowing how to utilize them, how to use them, right? So all of this is inside your curriculum. And at the end of each lesson, there's 6 lessons. And at the end of each lesson, you have questions that you should know the answer to before you go to the next lesson. And that's very important because if you don't know what happened in lesson 1, then you're not going to understand lesson 2. It's in chronological order. This curriculum was put together over 2 years of teaching. 2 years of people asking questions. 2 years of answering questions. 2 years of digging and finding the answer to other questions. 2 years of all of the considerations. So it's very, very complete. And even outside of that, if you have any questions, I'm a phone call away to give you any clarity to anything you ask. And we're going to be doing once a month setups like this where we will come in and do what we do when we brainstorm. That's when the students, that's what they love that, right? So that's when we get in and all the students come in and we have questions about their particular situations and we brainstorm and we work through those. And we, you know, and we share, like you're gonna learn from her situation so you won't have to experience it, right? You're gonna learn what you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn what constructive possession is, right? So you're gonna learn constructive possession from her because of her situation, right? And you don't never have to go through that because she got in a compromising situation behind constructive possession, but we fixed it though. We made sure that she got out and made some money out of it at the same time, right? So we take care of each other. This is family. This is business, but this is family too. So we network and we keep it tight. You did? Any more questions?
On the product, sourcing products from China, how do you do that?
Sourcing products in China. Now, this is very powerful, right? So I have a big bro, mentor, Malik Shabazz. He's the owner of True Detergent. He's one of the 3 owners of the black laundry detergent called True Detergent. His son has his own underwear line called Champs Boxers. He's about product manufacturing. He's been on in China for the last 20 years. He has people on the ground in China. He has whole teams on the ground in China. They get you anything you need. His whole thing is, Kindred Spirits is to empower black folks, right? Batteries he's got made, razors, combs, toilet paper, sheet bed blankets, Q-tips. Find a product. Find something that people use every day, right? A product that a person has to buy over and over and you guaranteed to make money. If you it's a product that's on the table right now, nobody's picked up yet, which is in the barbershop, you know, you have to have the neck wraps. They never gonna not need those, right? So by being the manufacturer of those with your own brand, you can furnish them to all of the barbershops and beauty salons at a better price point than the stores are in your own business. So we have that resource there. So what we do, whatever you want to create, whatever you want to get made, we connect you with the factory that makes it. And then from there, you tell them exactly what you want. If you have a product that you want, if you know the quality of your product, all of that will be worked out between you and the factory. If there's any, you can go to China. Like if you want to go, we take you with us, right? No problem at all. Our business is just like this, right? You can go and talk to them yourself. You're going to have an interpreter, of course, because all the folks speak Chinese over there. But yeah, so did I answer your question? Dig it. And you could reach out to me, info@e2businesssolutions.com. Our website should be up probably by the end of this week. It'll be, our whole website will be up. And on that, we'll have one of the sections is product manufacturing, and it'll be in there. It'll tell you everything you need to do in order to start that process. And the website is e2businesssolutions.com. And all our products will be listed there. Dig it? Questions? Talk to me.
Do you still do the live classes where you meet up with people and take them out and show them what to do? Or is the only way to learn through the course?
No, so you have to go through the course before you can even get to that point, right? So it's a process, right? So the first thing, it's just like in school, you have theory and then you have field training, right? You got to understand what you're doing before you can actually go do it. Now, historically I have done like both at the same time, but what has happened because I've taken on so many students, I have to split those things up, you did? Because I really just spread too thin. So what and a lot of times I end up doing the work, right? Because the person is not ready to get into this point. and then they dive into that point, and then I have to come and do all the work to get them out of danger, right? So we want to prevent that, so we just ask that when you come into class, be patient, work your lessons, because one thing I always say, it makes no sense to get a property if you don't know how to keep it, right? Our exit strategy, I teach my students, don't spend a dime unless you know how you're gonna come out of it. Don't spend one dime unless you know your end game, your exit strategy. If you don't have an exit strategy, don't spend no money. If you trying to figure it out, don't spend no money. Once you spend your money, you already know how you finna get your money. You dig what I'm saying? So you're not never stuck, right? But it's a process, Queen. You gotta go through the lessons, learn the lessons, 1 through 6. Then it's time for the field training. The field training, that's when it becomes hands-on. Any more questions? Anybody? No? E2businesssolutions.com at the end of the week. E2bytheblock.com for your curriculum. The brother asked, what about credit? Can credit be used to buy these properties? The answer is no. Because the property, you don't own the properties, right? You own tax certificates and tax deeds, which are products, but they're not ownership. So the bank will not loan you money to buy a tax certificate, tax deed. But I will show you how to make money with what? No money. Right. When the last deal you made, how much did you spend on it? The last one you did, the one you did with how much did you make? You made 35 and he ain't spent a dime, right? That's a strategy. That's one of our strategies. I show you how to make money with no money in real life. I ain't talking about no fluff. I'm going to seriously show you how to make money with no money. This is what you know, right? And it's out here. So again, e2bytheblock.com, that's the class, 20% off for 7 days. Y'all know I like that 7, right? Y'all know I like that number 7. Y'all know what? Dig it. So if there's no more questions, I'll conclude. Looking to hear from you soon. Get the course. Let's get this work. Peace and love.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Again, we're doing things in the community. We're supporting businesses, bringing education. People that's going to educate you on how to improve your business, how to get involved in business. And if you're interested, we'll be meeting this Sunday, 6 o'clock, Blue Seas Restaurant, and just continue doing what we do. And that, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Blue Seas.
I think that's 1116 Long Avenue Southwest across.
Right behind Rickwood Field. The old barbecue joint right behind Rickwood Field. And I think that's it. And I just recognize some of the members of Birmingham Black Economic Alliance to come forward real quick. Just greet everybody, both Chris, AD, Kevin, Jamel, and we'll call it a day. And greet everybody. And I get out of here.
Co-founder of Birmingham Black Economic Alliance. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We all came out because this is powerful information that people just slip on every day. My children's mother is here today. I told her earlier, if you don't make it to this one, it's just another night of information that you life-changing information that you might have missed. That's all. You know what I'm saying? She's out here tonight because she wants to change her life and become a part of something big and major. Everybody here is like like minds. That's why we're here, and we want to be better economically. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. One love, Black Power.
Black Power.
My name is Chris Ball. I'm in social media marketing for BBEA. And 9 times out of 10, if you see the flower line, anything like that, that's something that me, Kevin, and Jamel can do. Once again, just to reiterate what Brother was saying, it's 1116 Avenue across from Gibson Drugstore on Sunday, 6 o'clock. Don't do it.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming out. My name is Jamel Seasons. This was a great opportunity. Everybody here, you could possibly be up here with your own business. We're about building and growing and networking. Remember, your network determines your network. So that means the people you talk to determines the amount of money you make. So there was a lot of money given between all these people here, a lot of networking opportunities. So we hope to see y'all on Sunday. We can build and grow and highlight everybody and what? Outwork the work.
Outwork the work.
And learn how to make money with what?
Your phone.
And no money.
Okay. All right. Again, let's give it up to our speakers, Brother Joe Bay. Yeah. I've worked in that capital world. They campaign for just about 6 months, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
On 3 different ones. So they switched from the political to the economic. And Sheila Tyson, she talked about the Ignite Alabama event. So go online, look that up. 2 events, one on the 23rd at 5 o'clock, one on the 20th at 10 a.m. And give it to A.B. Shabazz. Woo! We made it easy for me. I'm a person, I'll tell you, I tweak all these events. So not only did he bring his equipment, projector, screen, computer, sound system. He took it up to a level because most of us would just come out with handshake and a few words, but he had handouts and he brought a crowd with him too. So and support that business. Because that's what it's all about. If we support our businesses, we'll grow like we're supporting the restaurant. You probably didn't know this restaurant was black owned. So now you do. Some did, most did. And most people who work about a block of you don't even know it's black owned. All you that is over. So we just want to expose you that. And within a couple of months, we'll put the next one. We're doing another one in 2 months. We'll probably looking to have afternoon Sharif here, brother. Maybe when we buy black. WeBuyBlack.com, and he does kind of like an Etsy, and he hosts a lot of black businesses and puts it out. They working on a grocery store in Atlanta. So we talking and trying to lock the date in. So we're going to keep having, y'all enjoy the information though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thank y'all so much.
I would like for everybody, I know we already got kind of like, we're going to take like a group picture, like a big picture so everybody can know that we're moving like the spirit of prosperity was in the building.
So who they follow? They follow you? Yeah, follow the leader. All right.
You about to take it?
Oh, it's on YouTube still. I know you too. You been good? You've been good at school.
I got it.